Knicks family was popping. It wasn't popping tonight at all. Ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks got smacked. What was the score? The Knicks only scored 73. What did they score? 79?
Something like that. And last I remember 78, but
78, 79, something like that. Bad game. I don't know. Andy, what's your assessment of the game?
Really bad basketball game. Not only because the shooting percentages, but the decision making of both, the teams by basically every player on the court. Maybe Kelly Oubre could defend himself, and a little bit Jalen Brunson, but he's not, coming out of this game with a stain.
Yeah.
So, listen, we could go for hours today with the critique of players one by one. We saw better basketball games. I joked with Iru that maybe they're gonna add another quarter, so they're gonna get to 100 points. But I don't think that would be enough.
I don't think it would have been enough.
Yeah, not today.
I don't know, man. The Knicks, without Randall, there's just so little inside presence. Right? Everything is on the perimeter. It's a battle to get the ball inside, to score inside. It feels like. I mean, obviously they score some points inside, but it's just a battle to penetrate and actually score when they penetrate. We're seeing them penetrate and then kick it out for three. Penetrate, kick it out for three. Penetrate, kick it out for three. And when your three is not falling, you're in trouble. Right? You're in trouble. When the three doesn't fall, you're in trouble.
Exactly. And as we know, our bigs aren't aggressive to the point that they're going to go to the hoop. We saw that previous game versus the Magic from Precious, but before that, he's a little bit more stagnant. He doesn't even look at the hoop from when he's on the perimeter,
right.
And I think that's a huge problem because if you're not a threat and you don't even look at the hoop, you don't have to take the shot. Just look at the hoop.
Right.
But if you're not looking at the hoop, then you're not a threat. And if you're not a threat, then I'm not going to guard you.
Yeah.
And that means that the other guys have to be concentrated on your best player, which is probably Brunson, DiVincenzo, sometimes other guys. But previous game, Josh Hart, when he started the fast break, he moved the ball or he ran and literally went to the hoop. The problem is with, for example, in today's game, that he wasn't enough aggressive. And he didn't take shots. He made it to the point, to the key, and then he passed off the shot, like you said. And I think that was way too much what we saw today in this game, the passing out because we weren't hitting shots.
Right.
That kind of game looks really well if you're making shots. We shoot 20 couple percent from three.
We shot. We ended up we shot 20. Yeah, 2.5% from three.
Exactly. Listen, I ain't gonna lie, but we could have made more shots by myself.
Yeah. Tony, I'm gonna pass it to you. Get your thoughts, and I'm gonna go turn that down a little bit because I hear a little squealing, but I'm gonna pass it over to you.
This was the
Yep.
This was the worst game of the season, in my opinion. We had the best defensive game of the year last game, and followed it up with the worst offensive game of the year. And then to top it off, 74 points we held the team to, and then we couldn't even surpass 74 points, and it was 73. The previous game, we gave Tibbs all this credit. And limited his rotation and just the way he coached that game. Tonight, I feel like it was his worst coaching performance of the year. And he needs to figure out some type of offensive scheme because we know who the threats are offensively. We don't have an inside presence, but we have some bigs who can take advantage of mismatches. So I feel like if Tibbs can figure out a way to use the defense of schemes against them and find the switches with Hartenstein with a small, because it happens periodically throughout the game, but we don't look for it. try to generate that play. You know what I mean? We utilize it when we see it, but we miss it a few times. And I think it's something that we could figure out a way to utilize. Because, yeah, like you said, it's all 3-point shots. And if the threes aren't falling, we doomed.
Yeah,
It's like we the Celtics out there.
yeah. And I don't know.
With
We could
less
hear you.
talent.
We could hear you, Tony, but
They
the chat
can't.
said that they couldn't hear you. I didn't
Oh.
hear it coming out the speaker either. I don't know what was going on with that. I don't know.
Give us a synopsis of what I said.
Oh, or I can pass this over to you. You can and I'll figure that out.
But they say he's good now.
Oh, you're good
Oh,
now. You're
yeah.
good now.
Thanks, come on.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Happens sometimes when you
Basically,
Live, when
worst
you're
game,
live.
worst game of the season
basically.
by us, and yeah, I think Tibbs has some work cut up for him to find a way to generate some more offense, utilizing our bigs and utilizing mismatches.
Yeah. I mean, offensive every possession we're coming down to 3-4 seconds left on the shot clock because we don't have anyone that can create a shot. And I mean we have people that are getting in the lane. Josh Hart gets in the lane sometimes. DiVincenzo gets into the lane, but they don't really have mid-range pull-ups, especially Dante DiVincenzo. Josh Hart does every once in a while, but it's not like he's going to raise up high and shoot over people. So if there's someone there, when he pulls up his mid-range, it has to be that nobody else is really there. You know what I'm saying? And it creates, not having a mid-range. With the Knicks right now, it's just all either at the basket or a 3-point shot. No mid-range, nothing to draw in the defense. When Jalen Brunson does penetrate, there's 3 or 4 guys around him.
Every time.
Then it's tough for him to kick the ball out. And then when they do kick the ball out, as long as they close out hard, it's a problem. You know what I mean? And then we have possessions where we end up with Precious being the guy that has to create a shot. And that's exactly what the defense wants, right? Because that's, for the most part, that's not going to be successful.
Yes. If I can add something, I think one of the biggest players that Tibbs doesn't utilize is Bojan Bogdanovic. I think he has the potential to be the shot creator. He can create for others. He can play, one-on-one with anyone. But I don't think Tibbs discovered still anything that he can utilize him better in the offense. Now he plugs him in with the second unit, counts that he's gonna, create for whatever it takes and do whatever it takes on the offensive end. And I think that's a huge problem at this moment because he's underutilized and he has potential. Listen, he scored over 20 points as average when he came to us, right? His role changed because he went to the bench, but still, the guy has potential. He's a vet, and I think that's one of the things that you could probably point out to Tibbs that might be one of his mistakes.
Yeah, I agree. I think he does need to utilize Bogdanovic. I think he can utilize Bogdanovic in the post.
Yeah.
We have no post presence. I think you can put Bogdanovic in the post, and he's not going to do what Randall does, but I think he can be, he can help create more offense that way.
And I gotta credit Nick Nurse, that's the coach.
Yeah,
because I feel like he had them game plan perfectly for what the Knicks do. When we penetrate, it's always a dish to the corner. And how many of those got stolen today?
right.
It felt like they just knew.
Yeah.
All right, they penetrate the lane. They're not going to look for the shot 8 times out of 10.
Yep.
It's going right to that corner.
Going right to that corner.
And it was stolen about 4 or 5 times tonight.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we played Philadelphia again on Tuesday. We got to figure out something to do offensively in order to win that basketball game. We lost. We blew a golden opportunity tonight. Orlando lost. Miami lost. Cleveland lost. There was a golden opportunity for the Knicks to create space between them and Orlando, Philadelphia, and Miami and gain some ground on Cleveland, and they didn't. I mean, they stayed where they are, which is a good thing, The only team that really gained any ground was Philadelphia. They gained some ground on the Knicks. They're now just one game below the Knicks, right? And Philadelphia gained some ground. Matter of fact, Philadelphia is now in the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. Miami fell to the 8th seed. Indiana's in the 7th seed. So just Philadelphia and Miami gained ground today. The Knicks didn't lose any ground, but they lost an opportunity to gain ground.
I will say the Knicks did play their game tonight. You know what I mean? They just didn't execute. They got the offensive rebounds. We watched that one possession where Josh Hart got, I think, 4 offensive rebounds in one possession, and we still didn't execute. So it was like we were doing what we do all year and the things that have made us successful, but we just couldn't execute at the end of the play.
Right.
To get a bucket.
And the thing is, with the team that we have right now playing, it's going to be every other night. One night, everyone will be hot. One night, they won't be hot. That's the kind of team, because we're playing with all role players except for Brunson. It's all role players, and that's what role players do. Some nights they're hot, some nights they're not hot. You know what I mean? And you know, so I guess it's what we have to expect from these guys. You know, it was a scrappy game. It was a defensive game. Both teams were holding, grabbing. You know, I'm surprised Dante DiVincenzo didn't get thrown out the game.
Yeah, he was trying to fight Kelly Oubre after that foul.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. You know, Kelly Oubre was over top of him. Then he wrapped up his leg, and then you know, that was the most exciting part of the night.
Yeah, and a little skirmish, skirmish
over there, right? But I mean, you see the crowd stand up on their feet and start cheering. You know, that was the most exciting part of the night. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, listen, Dante DiVincenzo, you seen him coming back a couple possessions later, playing. You know, we were yelling like, "Hey, calm down, Dante. You're gonna do something else." Right, and I don't know. Tuesday it might be a lot more the same.
Yeah, I expect that. And don't think Philly's gonna lay down, because number one, they want to tie the series and not fall behind us in that part where we win the season series.
Right.
So yeah, they're gonna come scrappy. We're gonna come scrappy. Hopefully, it is a more efficient game for us.
Right. Kelly Oubre, Andrew in the chat said Kelly Oubre had a good game. Kelly Oubre was killing us all night. All night long. You know, Kelly Oubre was killing us, and what's the other dude's name?
Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield. Yeah. But then the other dude that shouldn't have been killing us at all.
Paul Reed.
Yeah. That nasty shot.
He was killing us. It was like, come on, why are we letting Paul Reed do this too?
He shoot like a 7-foot Halliburton.
Right.
I mean, yeah. And when I say killing us, I mean they scored 79 points. So, you know, it wasn't like killing us like that.
They were hitting the big shots.
They were hitting the big shots. And then Kyle Lowry hit us with a dagger. That was painful.
Yeah.
Right?
They had momentum killers, right?
Yeah, they had momentum killers. You know, we felt like we had a chance. We were coming back, and the Kyle Lowry, boom, hits a big three, and
kept bringing it down to 5 or 6.
Yeah,
and
right.
Then it's back to 9.
Yeah, you know that was a tough game to watch. We hold Orlando to 74, and then we come back and we can't score above 74.
And I called it. Like I knew we wasn't.
You know, I mean, I guess for the Knicks, the best thing to come out of the night is that they didn't lose ground. You know, another game down and they didn't lose ground. That's probably the best thing to come out of the night.
And I got to meet Andy.
And we got to meet Andy in person.
Exactly.
In person. It felt like I told Don and Andy, didn't feel like it was the first time I was meeting him in person.
That's true.
Didn't feel like it. You know what I mean? Because, you know, see him all the time. Yeah, but the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, shot 32.5% from the field. They shot 22.5% from three. They shot 43s. They only took 80 shots on the night, and 40 of them were threes. They shot 75% from the free throw line. They were 12 for 16. You know, they had 50 rebounds, 16 offensive rebounds, but they didn't turn those offensive rebounds into points, really. 19 assists for the Knicks tonight, only 20 assists for the 76ers. It really came down to shooting, right? Came down to shooting. The Knicks couldn't make anything. Philadelphia couldn't either. The Knicks also had 19 turnovers tonight. Philadelphia had 13. With the type of team that we have out there, I think you're going to expect a lot of turnovers too, right? Because they're not decision makers. They're not really playmakers, so they're going to try to do some things to step outside of what they normally should be doing, which means there's going to be turnovers. And I think the Knicks with this team need to play a little bit faster so they can get up the floor, get the ball out, get up the floor and attack the rim, in order to help create more space for the outside. If Josh Hart is attacking the rim in transition, right, it creates open shots on the perimeter. It also allows the Knicks to be able to score a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Get some easy transition buckets. We didn't have any of that tonight. Philadelphia did a good job getting back, especially if Josh Hart had the ball and he was trying to advance up the floor. Philadelphia was there. Dante DiVincenzo trying to advance up the floor. Philadelphia was there. They did a good job getting back in transition defense, which hurt the Knicks tonight.
Yeah, and I think that was one of our problems. Listen, the Knicks didn't play with pace. When they get their rebound, they got to start fast.
Right.
If you don't have that star player, you could say that, of course, Jalen is a star player, right? But if he's having an off night, the preferable, offense is. Sorry, people. Stay waving.
Come on up, State. You got it. Come on up, State. Oh, this guy in the building.
Yeah, but just to wrap up my thought, I think we should play way faster and try to get the easy bucket. If it's not falling, then you try to play the whole offense. Plenty of times we saw the Knicks shooting literally in the last 2 seconds of the game. So
yeah. What's up, State?
OG, I can't wait till you come to the liquor store.
Okay.
I couldn't wait to see you. That's why I came here tonight.
I'm happy.
I had to make sure. I got to see my face. Shout out to my cousin, man. My cousin, Brandon. He's the reason why we're here right now. Shout out to the Knicks, man. This community is so great. We're doing well, and I hope we can do better. But I had to come here and see my Aussie brother right here, man. I had to make sure I see your face. I see Sim all the time. I want Sim to come to the liquor store real quick so we can do a podcast together. But I had to see your face real quick, man. I had to make sure I come here tonight. So
you see the game?
Yes, I did.
Your thoughts on the game?
How can I put this? I don't want to see Alec Burks no more.
I'm at you, State.
I'm with you.
I don't want to see him no more. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm with you.
I don't even like Bojan like that. I thought I was 5% Croatian until I seen Bojan a couple more games. I said I can't rock with him.
I think they need Bogdanović though.
They do.
He can score the basketball. And the Knicks need people that can score. They just got to utilize him to score.
Let me ask you a question. Who would you play, Bogdanović or Mitchell Robinson?
What?
Because Precious already then solidified his spot in the rotation. Mitchell Robinson hasn't played in about a couple of months.
I mean, I'm saying right now, Mitchell Robinson ain't here. I'm saying right now, the Knicks need Bogdanović.
No, we need Bogdanović. I'm talking about when we get to the playoffs about a month from now.
Right.
Who is you going to exit out of this rotation? Because Tibbs only played 10. Or you only play 9. Somebody got to go.
I mean, he's probably only going to play 9. I mean, honestly, we'll see what kind of shape Mitch is in. I'm just saying. I mean, it's been almost the whole season he hasn't played.
I need Mitch to play.
Got to see what kind of shape he's in.
I need Mitch to play. You know why I need Mitch to play? You seen the play tonight when you see iHeart and you see Dante DiVincenzo pushing everybody and there's just nobody to. I need Mitchell Robinson there.
I get that. I get that. Did you see all the threes we missed?
Oh yeah, I see all the threes we missed.
He's not helping do that.
But that's I don't care about the threes we miss. It's about how we're taking these threes. How we're taking these threes, how we're incorporating our offense.
But he's not helping with that. That's what I'm saying. He's not helping with that. Only way to help with that is to get who back. And you don't want to talk about that. And you know that's true. That's how we helping with that. Get number 30 back.
Nah, but number
Get
30.
number 30 back.
So I'm gonna tell you a personal story with number 30. This is why I haven't been slandering him. Number 30, I speak to number 30's mother,
Okay.
Miss Caroline. Shouts to her. I have not slandered him since.
All right.
She wrote me because the day my pops passed away, and shouts to all the OGs that's in the building, you know, everybody above 45 years old, OGs who got kids and stuff. The day my pops passed away, she was one of the first people who wrote me, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And ever since that day, I said, all right, you know what? I ain't gonna bother Randall no more. So that's why I leave him alone.
Oh, good.
That's why I leave him alone.
Right. That's what's up.
You know, I think we're fine. I'm not worried about the wins and losses. I'm worried about Tom Thibodeau coaching the right way. For example, playing Alec Burks less minutes than Deuce McBride. That's what I care about.
Okay.
Learning what your 10 or 9-man rotation is. That's what I care about. I don't care about us losing.
I don't know if he can learn what that rotation is right now because you got two main guys out. So I don't know if he knows what that rotation is. But I would like to see Shake Milton play instead of Alec Burks. See if he can come in and do something. He's 6'5", plays defense, long arms. You know, we've seen him be able to score the ball. I'd like to see Shake play instead of Alec Burks. Because you still need some help out there.
In the words of my man Andy, I don't care.
You don't care what?
I don't care about shape. Because Deuce McBride, Mitchell Robinson, Precious Achua, Josh Hart. You got those 4 coming off the bench. That's your 9-man rotation. I don't care about shape.
I'm saying right now, Josh Hart is in the starting lineup. We're talking about right now.
No,
the Knicks still have to win basketball games right now so that they can stay in position in the standings. We can't just look at the playoffs. We want to be in good position in the playoffs. So right now, we gotta do something now. If we don't do something now, we lose to Philadelphia again. We might be in trouble.
I don't think
we gotta win now.
I don't think
you talk about what you talk about what you don't think, but what just happened. We just lost.
We lost, but I don't think Knicks fans should worry about the losing. I think they should just worry about the individual performances of the players. We lost to an 8 seed last year.
I'm just saying.
We didn't lose to Miami last year. I'm bugging.
Okay, we did.
Okay, then it was an 8 seed, right?
But right now we need to still worry about the losing because if we fall into the play-in, you're talking playing Boston or Milwaukee or in the first round.
Bring it on.
Okay. Bring it on.
Bring it on.
That's okay, bring it on. Bring it on and see what happens. Bring it on and see what happens. We need to stay in that 4th seed. We need to figure out how to win ball games with who we have now. You know, we can worry about that 9. I mean, you can't figure out your 9-man rotation if 2 guys are not there. You can't figure out what it looks like. You can figure that out once they get back, and maybe you got 10 games left to the season. Now you start chipping away and figuring that out. Right now, you got to use who you got to try to win basketball games.
If I was Thomas Thibodeau, I would run a 10-man rotation. Respectfully.
With these guys available?
These were the guys that was available tonight.
I was gonna say that I would cut Alec Burks out of the rotation and spread the minutes to McBride and Bogdanovich.
So I agree with that. So it's only Bogdanovich and Alec Burks we need to worry about. Mitchell Robinson is going to play.
Yeah.
Precious is going to play. Josh Hart is going to play.
Sims is going to lose his minutes.
No, Sims is not going to play when Mitchell Robinson comes back. I'm just talking about those other 2 roster spots. I'm absolutely playing Deuce McBride over Alec Burks over everybody.
Yeah. I mean, when everybody comes back, but we still got a little while. We ain't even seen the OG come back yet. They're talking about the West Coast trip. We got 1 more game, maybe 2 more games before we hit that West Coast trip. That we need to win.
Need to win?
Yes.
I don't think there's no need to win. I think we're gonna float. I don't think there's no need to win any game. I'm just talking about at the All-Star break because all of our guys is hurt. We're gonna win games, but we lost to the 8th seed last year.
I get that, and we don't want to do it again. We don't want to. We need to win.
We need
to win,
but we lost to the 8th seed.
Right? And but what did that 8th seed do last year?
They went to the finals.
Okay, they were better than a typical 8th seed. So that's a mute point right now.
Okay.
We want to stay in that 4th seed.
Okay.
Right? So we can have home court advantage in the play. You want to give yourself the best chance. We can't go on, okay, well, last year an 8th seed won it, so we can be the 5th seed or the 6th seed, and we can go ahead and beat them because Boston ain't the same team they was last year.
Right.
Milwaukee got different players. They might be a little bit better than they was last year.
Right.
With Dame Lillard, right? So it's not like we're going up against those same teams. We got Boston is a powerhouse, the team in the NBA right now, right? You fall down and you find yourself in the 8th seed, and now that I say you want to face Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, so you need to be the best seed as possible.
Okay.
So we got to figure it out. We got to figure out what we do right now, and then when we get guys back, we got to figure. Then,
you know what it is. Yo, Andy, I seen the Knicks beat the hell out of Philly. We beat the hell out of Bucks earlier this season. I seen us beat every team. We beat the hell out of the Suns.
We
beat Denver at home.
We did.
After we didn't win against them in a couple of years. I'm not worried.
We did.
I'm not worried.
We did. How many times did we beat Miami last year?
Oh.
Huh?
I'm not worried about that though.
But how many times did we beat them last year?
As far as like the regular season, or you talking about the playoffs?
Regular season.
Regular season, I think we beat them once. I'm going off the top of the dome. I think we beat them once. I'm not looking at my phone or nothing.
I'm just saying. We can beat these guys, right? We beat Milwaukee once, right? Okay, we beat Philadelphia. We blew them out a couple times. We didn't tonight, right? But we only beat Milwaukee once.
Yeah.
The other times we got blown out by Milwaukee. We haven't beat Boston.
Yeah.
When we get in the playoffs, it's gonna be a different story.
I ain't worried.
You know what I mean? So
I'm not worried.
I mean, I'm worried. I'm worried because I ain't trying to slip. I'm not trying to slip in those standards. I want to stay. I want to give us the best chance possible. The best chance possible to win. Can we beat anybody? Maybe.
Yeah.
But can you beat them in the 7-game series? Do you want to do that in the first round? Don't you want to get some games under your belt with having everybody healthy, right? Instead of having to automatically play Boston or Milwaukee, okay, maybe we play someone easier in the first round. We get more games under our belt. Now we got to play one of those teams in the second round, but we got a little bit more, we got a little bit more experience playing together. We've been to war together a little bit. You know what I mean? You play them in the first round, man, they ripped up and ready to go. So are we, but, put a huge,
I'm feeling like a New Yorker.
Huge challenge in front of us.
New Yorkers, we don't give up.
Yeah.
I
ain't saying we're going to give up.
The toughest challenge possible. Give me the Bucks first round.
That don't mean you're going to succeed.
No, we will succeed.
Okay.
Give me the Bucks first round.
Okay.
Give me Philly. Right. Give me Philly first round.
I'm going to come back. We got this. This is live. This is definitely going to be. We can definitely come back to it. And as soon as we playing Boston and Milwaukee in the first round, I'm throwing it right on Twitter. Bomb.
Oh yeah. We will, man. Yo, shout outs to you, Sim.
Appreciate it, man. And you let me know when you're doing a podcast over there at the liquor store.
Pull up.
I'll be there.
Whenever you want. You can come tomorrow.
Nah, I'm going home tonight.
So what I will do for you, Sim, sometime in April. Shout out to my cousin because he actually brought me here. Shout out to Diehard Knicks, my guy Evil. We looking at me right now. Shout out to the other OG. Yo, whenever you ready, come to the liquor store, man. Let's set it up next month. Let's try to get 2 hours in there in the liquor store. I got a complimentary wine for you.
I got you.
Whenever you ready. Andy, why you didn't come to the liquor store? I was mad as hell you didn't stop by the liquor store. It's cool though. It's cool. I got you. I got you next time. I promise. But whenever y'all ready, Sam, whenever you ready, man.
I got you.
Thank you, man.
Now, how are you coming up?
Huh? Thank you, man. Yo. Once again,
we about to head off anyway.
Once again,
it's late.
I love all of you guys on Nothing But Knicks podcast. Sim is one of my inspirations. My guy Diehard, he's back here. He's hiding real quick. Another one of my inspirations. Andy, another one of my inspirations. If you want to do a Knicks podcast, this is the guy that you need to watch because he got me to where I'm at right now. Pay your respects, bro. Pay your respects. That's all I got to say. Your boy State is out of here, man. Some OG.
Appreciate you, bro.
Andy, man. Yo, my auntie Rama. My gosh. What's up, man? Appreciate y'all, man. I'm out of here, man.
Yeah, we got about 10 more minutes, man, before we roll. We're gonna get Diehard's take on the game. I don't know, John, you trying to come up? Come on, John. We're gonna get John up here. Hey, yeah, he wants you to take the center, Ebro.
I'm a co-host. You don't know how to take the route.
I mean, not tonight. This is like the worst game of the season. Want me to take the Wheels of Steel on the worst game of the season? Oh my god, Andy, I wish we would had a better game tonight, man. You know.
Yeah, I told Steph because Steph said like, listen, Andy, we're sorry that you had to watch a game like this, in your barely almost last day here. I was like, listen, the evening is still young. Never know how it's gonna end. So,
well, I mean, we were over there talking about rotations and stuff like that, but not just like current rotations. We're talking about once we get healthy and stuff. Like, who's gonna be the odd man out? Because I can point to like 12 guys. But we're not going to run a 12-man rotation in the playoffs or even down the stretch. So what are we going to do when it comes to rotations?
Listen, for me, on this point, before the guys get healthy, I would shorten the rotation. For example, I don't see minutes for Alec Burks. He replaced Emmanuel quickly for me in my favorite Knicks players, current favorite Knicks players. So you know where I rank him.
Right.
That's at least that, right? But I think you need to shorten the rotation just because guys need to have minutes to be effective, right? And one of those guys that isn't used correctly by Tibbs is, for me, Bojan Bogdanovic. And I think, he needs to get more minutes, more opportunities, not only to score, but to create and, other stuff, right? So I think that's one of the problems that we currently have. We don't know how to use them correctly.
Right.
The other things is, going back to the primary question, when who's going to play, when we're going to have all guys healthy. I'm not going to lie. Precious won the hearts of New Yorkers, right? I'm not sure that he's going to be able to get minutes. Like you said, if you go down the list, you could say it's going to be 12 people playing, right?
Right.
And we know that's not going to be happening. Definitely not in the playoffs. So someone has to sit. And like we mentioned tons times ago on these podcasts, New York mentality, next man up. He stepped up, but the time is going to come that he's not going to get those minutes anymore.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunately for him, unless we're going to make a move on the offseason and he gets more opportunities. But I don't think you can look that far away currently.
What's your thought process on that?
I mean, for me, it's more like, depending on who Tibbs is going to go with, I'm assuming that Mitchell Robinson's going to get back healthy at some point. So that limits the amount of time you're going to be able to use Precious. But I think the conversation that we were having was interesting because depending on the matchup, you could either go defensive and utilize more of, Precious's game, or Bogdanovic if you need more offensive punch.
Right.
So depending on the matchup, especially in the playoffs, I think we could see Tibbs sort of go deep in the bag if he's willing. Especially if you have Mitchell Robinson back. I think that's the key. If you don't have Mitch, then you have the ability to play Precious. But if you have Mitch, then he's going to have to be situational.
Right.
So
that's scary to me, man, to think about it, because I mean, it's good to see. We've been talking about all of this. I can't wait till we get healthy. But once we get healthy, it's going to be like, damn, somebody's going to be sitting down. Somebody's going to be, there's going to be a lot of arguments on Twitter and stuff like that. So, I mean, my thought.
Stay good to start a lot of those.
I'm telling you, I mean, Stay stars every one of them, man. People say want to claim king of Twitter. This guy stayed as the king of Twitter, man. Big facts, man.
Twitter Spaces too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, man. So, I mean, my thought process too, man. I don't like Mitch Robinson, but at the same time, like you said, situational. Like if you're playing against a team that needs the extra defense and rebounding, then you got to play Precious and Mitch possibly.
Yeah, but if I can, just slide in, I don't think that's going to be a problem because Mitch is definitely going to get Sims minutes, and Sims is going to be like, for example, today he had like 22 minutes. So I think. Yeah, that's the amount. Maybe you can tweak a minute here or there, but I think that's the amount that he had when he was healthy, right? Because he was literally splitting down the minutes with Hartenstein. So I think that's not going to be the problem.
And he's not going to end games because Hartenstein's a better free throw shooter.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the problem is going to be where you plug in Bogdanovic when Anunoby is back and Randall is back.
Right.
how much minutes is going to hard play, because how we're going to rotate DiVincenzo and McBride,
Right.
if they're going to be able to get that amount of minutes that they're getting now. And for example, like we all saw and we were talking before the game, even McBride is cooking this season.
Right.
And if you cut his minutes, he ain't going to be effective like that. And he's one of those players, every player that's offensively.
Andy, I don't care if you live, Andy. I love you, Andy. This how Knicks fans supposed to treat you, Andy. We gotta hug you. We gotta hug Andy. He came to New York from what? You gotta respect him.
Poland, baby.
Hero.
My
I
man.
see you at the liquor store Sunday, man. I love y'all, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sam is
safe.
the GOAT. Sam is the GOAT.
Say it again.
Sam is the GOAT.
That's right.
The
Nothing
Pod
but
Father.
Knicks.
Like, Hero, that's
The Pod
GOAT.
Father.
Eric, that's the GOAT. That all these guys is GOATs. Respect them. I love y'all to death, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Much love.
Salute, State. Yeah, so like we were talking, the question for me is how are we going to use a McBride, Bogdanovic?
Right.
Because both of, for example, McBride, he's effective on the defensive end, but if you are expecting him to be like above 10 points scoring or even effective on the offensive end, he needs minutes. And Bogdanovic is literally the other side of the spectrum.
Right.
You plug him in and he can score right off the bench, but defensively a little bit worse, right? So you need to check and see who you're going to play, scheme it, and if we're talking about the playoffs.
Right.
Before that, I think the more minutes they go, the more chemistry they're going to build, and that's really important too. So
Yeah.
You know what I fear the most is Tibbs not being confident enough to work within his players that he has, or not being confident enough to use guys more than what he's used to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like being, I don't want to say stuck in his ways, but just like not having the confidence to say, hey, at this moment in time, we need Boggy. You know what I mean? Bring Bog in, or bring Precious for a 5-minute, 8-minute spell because we lacking, some defense.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he has to be versatile in that way in order for us to get over the hump when it comes to like playing teams that are good perimeter shooters.
Right.
You know what I mean? So sometimes you're going to need to match up against them shooting wise, scoring wise. Sometimes you just need to press down and lock in,
Right.
and get some stops defensively.
He's got a no excuse too, man. Because I mean, a lot of these guys are guys that are Tibbs players.
Right.
So and then like you're trying to say, he has like the versatility to go like shooters, go defense, go whatever. He has so many different options. So he really has no excuse on game planning and stuff like that, because he's supposed to be like the most prepared coach. That's always been his MO. So right now you got everything at your disposal. So there really is no excuse at this point now. So
yeah, that's true.
yeah, I think that's what makes it exciting too about the whole thing, right?
I'm glad we were able not to come on right now and not talk about this last game. That's great.
Right.
We can talk about our future, because I don't even want to talk about this past game, man. It's terrible.
Yeah, this game was bad, man. And we were kind of sitting away from each other, but I know we were on the side, just like, what the hell? Like we wanted something to get on, but we just couldn't find it, man.
It's crazy. Nuts.
Yeah, just one of those games you just pack it up, just forget about it, man.
And then we see him again, right?
Yeah.
So
Next game.
Next game.
Yeah, so shout out to Big Bubba. He was saying that he's afraid that the next game we're gonna blow them out, and it's gonna feel,
Like this never happened.
right.
I hope so, though. Like I mean, you want to get back, right? So
Right.
I don't want to lose games against teams we should be beating, especially. I mean, imagine we get Maxey back and then we win.
Right.
So
But
it's
that's the Knicks for us, right? But like Sim said, some arguing with State and stuff like that. We definitely need to win these games, man. We can't fall too far below it in the standings, because then we'll be like doing this instead of doing this, floating,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree with Sam. I don't think you can like take the foot off the pedal and just float, right? And I think seeding this season is going to be way more important than even last season. Last season we were fifth seed, fourth seed, fifth seed, and we played the Cavs. Listen, the NBA is the NBA
So I'm
is.
gonna close this one out because I'm gonna be running out of here too.
Okay.
Appreciate you all.
Yeah. So
Yeah, peace one.
Yeah, so
John from Still Knicks.
yeah, that's going to be a problem as far as I see it. If we're going to think that it's going to be easier to play a certain team in this round or that round, right? So I don't think that should be the case. We should win as many games as possible, not at every cost. For example, if a player has a minor injury, you don't have to run it through. if it doesn't count. But for example, like John said, listen, I was on the Magic game. We let them score only 74 points, and the first question that came out of my mind, I was like, how did we lose with them 3 times this season?
Right.
Right.
They look like bums on
Right.
MSG court, and I was like, how did we lose with these guys? So, and they were full strength basically, right? Because they had Bonchero, they had all those guys, and we were lacking a major part of our rotation, and we blew them out.
And we lost against them, and they had injuries. They didn't have Wendell Carter Jr. They were missing a couple of guys too.
Yeah.
And they still beat us.
Exactly.
You know,
so that's the NBA for you today.
And that's the Knicks in a nutshell. This whole season's been like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The whole season.
Yeah.
The Knicks been through like 3 different seasons this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
In a way, it's exciting though, because it gives us something to talk about, stuff to scout, stuff to look forward to, and stuff like that. So we have a whole nother season to look forward to in the last few weeks.
Yep. Exactly. Whole nother season.
Yeah.
Look, if we can, the good thing, like I said earlier, we didn't lose ground, right? We didn't lose any ground. So if we can win on Tuesday, right? We win the season series.
Right.
And then, we'll see what happens with everyone else. But, we win Tuesday, we can still maintain where we are. And, every game, we're getting closer and closer and closer to the end. So, Tuesday's a big game. We got to get that win.
Yeah.
And Philly's probably feeling good. They came in here and got one. Let's go get the other one and tie up the series.
Right.
Because now they're up to the 6th seed. They probably feel like they can get to the 5th. And if they got the series, if we're tied in the series, now it goes to something else. Maybe they have a chance to get the 4th seed, right?
Right.
So Knicks got to take care of business. They got to take care of business. They got to figure some things out, take care of business on Tuesday.
Yeah, definitely, man.
They will.
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah, hopefully. I want to blame DJ Shuttle, man. I think he's the reason why we lost this game, man. Because he came through with that. He had a big ass, suitcase, whatever. Yeah, he should have checked that at the airport or something, wherever he came from.
Had us in here like this.
Yeah,
seats like this.
we were like intimate like this with each other. It's crazy, man. Yeah, man. So I'm blaming DJ Shuttle, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, shout out to DJ Shuttle. Had to get on. He got a gig tonight. Knocked out 2 of them today. One from 8 to 12, and then doing one tonight.
Got to make that money,
doing his
man.
work, doing his thing, man. That's what's up.
Definitely.
Yeah, no doubt. But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get up out of here because I got a long ride. I got a 4.5 hour ride.
I think I might check
So I
out
gotta
Rick's
get
Cabaret
moving.
down the block. You
Oh,
down
there you
there?
go.
Like I told you, the evening is early, so
We'll see what happens, man.
I'm not going out like this.
Okay. Let me get some singles on the way out of here.
Boy, you're gonna get in trouble. He ain't gonna be able to go back to Poland.
Oh, I forgot his wife might be watching.
Nah, she's not watching. She's not
My
watching.
wife might be watching. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Oh my god.
Oh man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get out of here. Did we read that all already?
This Paris Duggan, man, $5 in the bank there. He said this team was completely not ready to compete today. Brunson had no urgency, and Simmons was horrible, trying something different like shake for offense. Yeah.
But the Knicks just didn't hit shots.
Yeah.
If they hit some shots. Oh, and Walter White. He did 2 of them.
Yeah, this is all for the night. You got Walter White with 2. Just bigging us up, man.
You.
Definitely appreciate Walter White.
Thank you, Walter White. We appreciate you without a doubt.
Yeah, and that was Paris Duggan there.
Yeah, appreciate you without a doubt. Thank you for all of your support, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get up out of here, and I don't know. I'll probably be sleeping tomorrow, but if I can get on tomorrow, I will. If not, it'll be Tuesday night, without a doubt.
No doubt.
We out. Peace.
Peace. This is MBK, nothing but Knicks. We're seeing past the ball, that is.
Let me see, where is it?
Somewhere on there.
Somewhere in here.
Peace, y'all.
We're trying to get out of here. I don't know where it is.
But that's Losers Lounge.
Oh, yeah. We're trying to get out of here, y'all.
Yeah, this
We
is
might
live
not-
TV, guys. You might have to change the tab here.
Ah, yeah, there we go. That's why. All right.
Yeah.
Now we can
ain't
get out of here.
We ain't doing it.
And BK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Then what time will it be when you get home?